So often when we have created a image of somebody from our interactions with them, so our friends in our lives, we become friends with people, we have children in our lives, and we create this image of them. And often that image that we have of them remains fixed. We don't often see that perhaps a person is evolving and growing and changing, and we keep them locked in our mind in that image. And I noticed this on holiday. I was on holiday with a friend recently, and I basically stopped drinking. I will drink very occasionally, and it might just be like if I go out, maybe one glass of wine or something. I just do not like to drink a lot anymore. It's rare, and that's how I've been for a good few years now. And then when I went on holiday, this person, we went on holiday, we were in the lounge, and sometimes you fall into your old patterns with people that you've been in those patterns with. So, but we're in the lounge, we're going on holiday, and we'd paid for the drink, and you know what it's like, it's free. Okay, so you go back into these memories, you remember what it used to be like having fun that way, and you think, oh yeah, and then you do it and you realise, oh no, your body does not want that. But anyway, I regress. So I did drink quite a lot with her on our way to holiday. It was the evening, we had quite a few drinks. The next day I felt horrendous, and I was kind of saying to God, I feel so bad. We were all inclusive, but I was like, I'm not going to be drinking a lot. And I didn't drink a lot after that. I was just like, no. I reminded myself, no, this is not for me anymore. My body does not vibe with that. But she made a comment where she said to me, oh yeah, well that's you, all or nothing. And I was like, oh. And at the time I didn't really know what she was, I didn't kind of comprehend what she was saying. But then she kind of elaborated, and she was like, well, either all, you go crazy and you drink absolutely loads, or you have nothing. And at the time I was a bit taken aback, only because I thought, that's not me anymore. That might have been me a long time ago. But I thought, God, that hasn't been me for so long. But I was so taken back that I didn't say anything. I was just like, And I was pondering, and I thought, oh, and we all do it. So this is not, we all do this. There'll be things that I do with people, and it just made me think, we've got to open our minds and remember that people change, and we don't want to lock them in our mind in this perspective of who they maybe once were, because we're all evolving, we're all changing. And I noticed this as well when I used to be a workaholic. And so where do you notice this in your life? I used to be a workaholic, and I realised that was insane, and I started to change that and stop working like that, making myself ill. But nobody realised that at work. Even though I would leave at a reasonable time, I would come in at a reasonable time, I was no longer coming in at crazy time. You know what? Nobody realised. Everyone would always say to me still, God, you work so hard. I just think, well, I just work a normal amount of time now. I've found it like a holiday almost, because I was working normal. But nobody realised, because their perception of me was already built, fixed in their mind, that they couldn't see that I had changed. So have a look in your life at the people around you, and just ask yourself, where are you limiting people around you by a fixed mindset of who they really are? And where's that happening for you as well? Perhaps you can notice this pattern in your life, and as we start to notice it and bring awareness to it, then we can start to realise that nothing's fixed, everything's always changing, and people are growing and evolving, and we need to try and transcend the mind a little bit in these areas, not get fixed and locked into that mind, and keep people locked into something that perhaps they were 10, 20 years ago, because people change, people grow, people evolve. So let's allow that.